see what CBR has for us this Memorial Day. Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming hashtag Captain America. He was selfish. Oh, you have got to be kidding me? Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. I can't even load this article. There's so many people getting upset by this. Congratulations, CBR. You just rage baited everybody on Memorial Day. Are you happy now? Are you proud of yourself? Well, I do have a special guest who actually can load this article. Who are you? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Rob Robot Shlomo, and unlike anybody at CBR, I actually read several years worth of Captain America and am very familiar with the character.
And see, this is one of those movies where, as a normie who is a Star Trek fan and Star Wars and all this stuff, I saw Captain America not really even being that into superheroes. And I thought, this movie is way better than it has any right to be. It was that good of a movie. It was that interesting of a character. You got the normies on board with this. And the fact that these people have the nerve to, not only on Memorial Day itself, it's not even just the weekend, on Memorial Day Monday, they've got to go out of their way to just slam one of the most iconic American heroes that we've ever seen. All right, and like I said, I can't even pull up the article. It's getting so much traction today because, well, guess what? Everybody's home and everybody's upset by it. You want to go ahead and do the honors, and I'll chime in. I'll try not to interrupt, but
Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America. He was selfish. While he's Marvel's golden boy, Steve Rogers decided to become Captain America was based on his own selfish desires. Okay, here we go, people.
Here we go.
Captain America is one of the most important characters in Marvel history, and without him, many of the great stories of the Marvel Universe would not happen or wouldn't be the same. He's essential to the entire framework of Marvel storytelling, and Captain America is emblematic of justice, honesty, and perseverance, making him the ultimate culmination of the American ideal. The culmination. That's kind of you don't really use that word properly, but I'll let that slide for now. However, okay, here we go. However, the decision for Steve Rogers to become Captain America is inherently selfish. Oh, how might I ask?
Oh, I can't view his profile. Oh, man. How is it selfish?
Go to his LinkedIn page.
I tried to go to his LinkedIn profile. I wasn't able to view it, so.
Okay. Steve was rejected from the military due to his small stature and health issues. But then his life changes when he's invited to join the Super Soldier program, which is how he becomes Captain America. However, when removing the context of what he would become, okay, stop right there. Stop right there. When removing the context of what he would become, you are now inherently and blatantly admitting to moving the goalposts.
Exactly. This is not only that, they're judging Captain America that takes place during what? World War II, right? World War I. World War II. World War II at a time when masculinity was not slammed by the mainstream media. It was something cherished. People were admired for being able to provide for their families, for being breadwinners, for doing what they could for the war effort. Women were out there giving their nylons, their pantyhose. Well, they didn't have pantyhose back then. They were giving their stockings, their non-stockings, so that soldiers would have parachute material. People were giving scrap metal. People were making gardens in their houses because they were on freaking rations, right? That's why they had victory gardens. You do not have any right to judge a standard from back then to today's standard of soy boy cuckery, and I'm tired of these motherfuckers who come in and do this shit and just want to demonize anybody who actually was a hero, anybody who actually was. And sure, he didn't start it. He started out scrawny. Yeah, he started out scrawny, but he did anything he could to be the man, to be somebody who could actually contribute something. I am so tired of these people.
We're getting to that. Rather than contributing in the ways best suited to him, Steve chooses to undergo experimental treatments. Wrong, it's one experimental treatment to artificially enhance himself. Steve's choice to become Captain America is rooted, here we go, in a fetishization of the hyper-masculine rather than the innate desire to do good for his country. Okay, here's the thing.
No, it wasn't. Those were different things back then.
A, shut up. B, his decision, he put his own ass on the line, not knowing if it's actually going to work. It could very well kill him. And C, shut up. Okay.
This is a guy who wrote this article, worked at freaking T-Mobile as a salesman, and then just bullshitted his way to be a writer for CBR just for hate clicks. That's all he did. And if you can't screen share the LinkedIn, I can't show it. If you want to show what this asshole looks like who wrote this article. Oh, they're just doing this, and every single article on CBR is anti-male, whatever, bringing in gender, bringing in all this crap that nobody really cares about.
Let's keep going with this. This is a bold claim against America's golden boy, yet context matters, which you fail at. Steve is initially someone unfit to serve on the front lines. It is tough and hurtful, but it is the reality of the situation. If his concern was truly how he could best serve his country, he would accept this station in life and make the most of it. But you see,
people actually strived to better themselves back then. They didn't just sit around and bitch and piss and moan and blame the president or blame daddy or blame mommy or blame misogyny or blame women or blame men or blame man babies for everything that they failed at. They actually got off their ass and did something, and he saw an opportunity to get off his ass, do something that would better himself so he could better serve his country.
There's a great bit in the movie where he says, Bucky. He goes, what am I going to do? Am I going to work in a factory, collect scrap in my little red wagon? He goes, yes. He goes, Bucky, men are laying down their lives. I have no right to do any less than them.
And that was noble, and that was the mentality back then. People did that sort of thing. People actually, women were signing up for this. People of all walks of life, all colors were signing up for this because they wanted to do good. They felt it was going to better the world. They saw something coming in, this little evil sort of mind control, thought control group coming in, and
some of the best soldiers actually in the Second World War were women. They were women snipers.
Oh, no, they should just go and sit down and sew and have a knitting circle, because they should just accept their lot in life and never, ever strive to be anything better.
Some of the greatest snipers in the history of any war, were women in the Soviet Union. So don't give me this hyper masculine bullshit, okay? And that's what it is. It is BS. Okay.
Exactly. It's just a little soy boy who doesn't understand how men are and what masculinity is. He doesn't understand any of that. He's sitting there probably in his childhood bedroom at home. Can you pull up his LinkedIn? I can't show it. This stuff is just disgusting to me, that they have to demonize something that was absolutely celebrated. And it was so celebrated that when this movie came out, people cheered for Captain America. People were cheering when he got the hammer in Endgame, because it showed that he was worthy and it was actually a hero. So don't you give me this, he's just doing it for selfish reasons bullshit.
People in countries that hate the United States of America were cheering for a character that wears the American flag as his costume. Think about that, Caleb. Okay? Here's his little profile here.
There he is. He looks like Justin Bieber. He looks exactly. He's a freelance writer and film editor from Terre Haute, Indiana. He is self-employed. He went to a university. Wow, they're just teaching you bullshit in universities, aren't they, anymore?
Freelance writer, retail sales associate for T-Mobile.
Yeah, he worked at a freaking T-Mobile store, and then he's got the nerve to write this garbage? Come on. Yeah, I did a decade of retail myself, but I'm not out there spewing this horse shit, this nonsense, this hateful, anti-male, anti-American bullshit, right? That's all this is.
Indiana State University, 2011 to 2018, so he couldn't even graduate in 4 years.
Of course he didn't. He's probably still going.
Anyway.
He's probably a professional student because he gets all these grants to go for free.
He could have tried to become a merchant marine, train as an officer, or stay at home to help with the production of wartime materials. Again, he said he had no right to do less than anybody else. All of these could contribute to the war like Steve supposedly wants to do, but that isn't good enough. That's right. It isn't good enough. Steve, in his eyes, has to be on the front lines because, as he said, men are laying down their lives. He has no right to do any less. It's understandable for a young man to want to prove himself to his peers. No. No, he's not trying to prove himself to anybody.
He's trying to do what he can for his country, because that's what they did back then. People were buying war bonds and stuff. Every freaking movie that you watch from the 1940s was buy war bonds, buy U.S. bonds, buy war. Yeah. Every single thing, because there was a national coming together emergency. Of all this.
Yet, even if deep down his intentions are altruistic, the steps he takes to pursue those instincts are selfish. In Steve's mind, there's only one way to contribute to the war, and that just happens to be the way he wants to contribute. I need a swig of water.
I need a swig of something. Oh.
You know, I keep saying he removed. Oh, we have to. Oh, I have to remove the context. We remove the context. No, you don't get to remove the context. You do not get to remove the goalpost. You're moving the goalposts. Do you remember what Erskine? I don't know how long it's been said. It's been since you've seen it, but do you remember what Dr. Erskine says? So, you want to go overseas and kill nothing? He goes, "Is this a test?" Yes. And he says, he says, "Where are you from, Mr. Rogers? You from Ramos and New Haven? You from?" He goes, "5 tests in 5 different cities, but you didn't answer my question. Do you want to go kill Yahtzees?" He says, "I don't want to kill anybody. I don't like bullies, no matter where they're from."
Yeah, neither do I, Caleb. Neither do I, Caleb. And you know what I do?
That shows you.
With bullies. You get the writing crop with not only my picture, but my name on there in your favorite YouTube harpy.
Do we want to go through the rest of this? Captain America is known for his altruism and willingness to sacrifice everything for what he believes to be right, yet there's something selfish within that, because Cap's altruism is in what he believes and nothing else, because he believes in the things that are right.
Does this little boy even know what that word means?
Cap will fight against anyone who opposes his worldview. No, his worldview is shaped by what is right. Winter Soldier, this isn't freedom, this is fear. Including his friends. Just look at the catastrophic violence that breaks out in Civil War, comic arc, as well as his company film. These events happen because Cap is uncompromising and nothing will shake his world. That's right. He stands for something.
It's principles. That's you're supposed to. You're not supposed to just follow like a mindless sheep reciting back everything else. That's how the bad guys would have won in World War II. Guess what? If everybody just kind of went along with everything and didn't question and didn't stand up for anything and go around like, oh yeah, go get rid of those. Yes, that's what would have happened if everybody just went along with it. We would have been speaking German right now. You stupid piece of shit, Caleb. I'm so tired of these people.
Okay, well, there's something. Hold on, let me finish this. Then I'm gonna read. Then I'm gonna go with something. Oh, actually, he includes it.
He even proves himself wrong in his article, right?
He says the requirement that we stand up for what we believe, no matter the odds or the consequences. Cap says in The Amazing Spider-Man Civil War, story by Michael Straczynski, by Ron Gary. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. This quote is also be adapted in the film with Sharon Carter saying it and inspiring Cap to stand his ground in regards to the Sokovia Accords.
So this JMS wrote it? No wonder I liked it, because I'm a huge Babylon 5 fan. Mm-hmm.
This quote also highlights Cap's tendency to respond to things with violence. No, he responds to things. He only responds to violence with violence as a last resort. Mm-hmm. In fact, Cap is an impulsive person. No, he's not. And his first response to opposition is to beat it down. No, he doesn't. So you want him to go, oh, shucksy doodles? Oh, shucksy doodles. Let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. These aggressive impulses are hidden beneath the veneer of tough American grit and freedom fight. That's right.
No, he wants everybody to get on Twitter and complain and call everybody, ists and phobes, and you're just toxically masculine. Because everybody else does. Because that's what they did in World War II.
Here, Caleb tries to have it both ways. This may seem like a condemnation, but it's not. After all, not everything Cap does is selfish, and not everything selfish he does is bad. If Cap hadn't entered the Super Soldier program, there would have been no defeat to the Red Skull during World War II. His unwavering commitment to freedom and privacy is also what uncovers Hydra's plot to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. in Captain America the Winter Soldier. In Avengers Endgame is also his instinct for aggression and desire for revenge that leads the remaining Avengers to hunt down Thanos and ultimately kill him. No one would argue these outcomes are bad. However, the underlying motive behind them isn't as black and white as they may seem. No, forget. Psychoanalyzing a comic book character may seem trite. It is. But there are good reasons to do so. For one, it makes Captain America more human. He's a fictional character, but he is also an important icon for many people. And he's the golden standard many fans want to live up to. He's an aspirational hero. You're never going to... Humanizing him may take away the veneer, but it makes the character, his actions, and consequences more real. It also helps readers and moviegoers better understand Steve Rogers in and out of the Captain America uniform. As a character, it is easy to write him off as an archetype of American machismo. But when fans try to understand why he makes the choices he does, he becomes that much more complex. Being a hero isn't as black and white an issue. Seeing Cap overcome impulses, selfishness for the greater good, is far more rewarding than watching him do good all the time. So you want him to be Batman, is what you want. You want him to be Batman. That's what you really want.
It's too intelligently written for little Mr. Caleb, so he has to just go and find it's the toxic masculinity anywhere he can find it, just so that he convince some dumb little SJW chick to sleep with him. That's all this is.
Right,
he probably wrote this just so he can get in the pants of some dumb little SJW chick because they're not that bright, and all you got to do is say, "Oh yes, I agree. That's toxically masculine," and just insult her if she steps out of line, because that's what they always do. They try to do that with me too all the time.
Let me tell you something. We all know CBR and all these sites are actually circling the drain as it is. And this is strictly written for ad revenue, for clicks, for hate clicks. This is to drive clicks to the site. It's the end of the month, and they have to get their ad revenue up. Mm-hmm. Well done, Caleb.
Well done, and I'm going to monetize your butt by doing it and calling you every name under the sun because you kind of deserve it for this one. You know what? Maybe have some journalistic integrity. Do your research. Realize that the times were different back then and that you cannot hold somebody to today's fucked up standards, because that's what we're in. Today, everything's just fucked up. Everything black is white, up is down, left is right. I get tired of these article writers who have no integrity for anything. They don't stand up for a damn thing. And it's disgusting. And you can see right through it. You know he's just doing this because he's one of these little followers who's got to go along with the crowd. He would never be able to have a YouTube channel of his own or a personality or anything. He'd never be able to get on camera.
And you know that's coming next. You know these guys are going to start their own YouTube channels.
Yeah. And they're going to fail miserably because we're going to be laughing at them. Like, you guys can't even read a goddamn article on your own. Like, I only have Rob on here because he's more of an expert of Captain America, and the article wouldn't load for me. I'm like, oh, shit, I can't even get the article. Can you get it? He's like, yeah, okay. Well, let's flip the camera on. And, he's also a Captain America expert, too, so...
Well, I'm a fan.
Well, you're more than me. You're more of an expert than me because, like, I just know him from the movies. I just know him from the movies at this point.
If you want a really good breakdown of Captain America and the aspirational hero, go watch Professor Geek's series about that. The aspirational, the war hero. Mm-hmm. He does a much better job than I do. So go check out his videos. But this is just insane.
Yeah, really. I'm not happy with this, and
no, neither am I. And on Memorial Day, of all things.
Yeah, this is just really poor taste, really bad take. Really, we're disgusted by this. So
CBR, do better.
Tell us what you guys think, too. What do you think about this article in the comments section? Don't give them a click. Just use the archive if you have to, because I don't think they're worth a click. Or use your ad block when you do read this article like I do. I am Mecha Random 42. Who are you?
I am tired. Very, very tired.
I need a something to drink or something. I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.